While the allure of global travel is undeniable, some countries are significantly less welcoming to Americans. Whether due to political tensions, stringent visa requirements, or cultural misunderstandings, Americans might find it challenging to visit these nations. Here are over 10 countries where U.S. citizens face hurdles or outright bans. 1. Afghanistan. Afghanistan's decades-long conflict makes it one of the most dangerous places for Americans. Terrorism, kidnappings, and a lack of formal tourism infrastructure render travel not only unwelcome but life-threatening. The closure of the U.S. Embassy in Kabul further underscores these risks. 2. Yemen. Civil war, terrorism, and kidnappings make Yemen a no-go for Americans. The U.S. Embassy in Yemen has been closed since 2023, leaving visitors without legal protection. With foreign nationals often targeted, Americans are particularly unwelcome. 3. Bhutan. Nestled between India and China, Bhutan has no U.S. embassy, and the only way to obtain a visa is through a government-approved tour operator. The process is manageable but highly restrictive, limiting the number of American visitors to this serene kingdom. 4. Saudi Arabia. Historically, Saudi Arabia allowed entry only for religious pilgrimages to Mecca. However, in recent years, the Crown Prince has introduced tourist visas, opening the country to U.S. travelers. Despite this, cultural misunderstandings and strict rules still pose challenges. 5. Russia. Even before its invasion of Ukraine, Russia posed significant challenges for U.S. visitors. A visa requires a letter of invitation, extensive documentation, and approval from Russian authorities. The geopolitical climate has only exacerbated the difficulties for American travelers. 6. North Korea. Since 2017, the U.S. government has prohibited its citizens from traveling to North Korea, citing safety concerns. Exceptions are rarely granted and only under strict supervision by North Korean guides. Even before the ban, personal exploration was forbidden, and visitors had to adhere to rigid itineraries. 7. Iran. Though the outright ban on American visitors has been lifted, traveling to Iran requires patience. Americans need a travel authorization number and must hire a guide to accompany them throughout their stay. This process, coupled with strained diplomatic relations, makes Iran a difficult destination. 8. Myanmar. Myanmar's civil war and military coup have plunged the country into chaos. Violent protests, wrongful detentions, and hidden landmines are among the dangers cited by the U.S. State Department, which strongly advises against travel. Americans are not just unwelcome, they're unsafe. 9. Cuba. Americans are still restricted from visiting Cuba for tourism due to a decades-old trade embargo. While travel is possible under specific categories, such as cultural or educational exchanges, the process is heavily regulated. Businesses affiliated with the Cuban military are also off-limits to U.S. citizens. 10. Somalia. Somalia ranks last on the Human Development Index and is plagued by poverty and terrorism. For Americans, the risks of kidnapping, illegal roadblocks, and violent attacks are exceptionally high. The U.S. government advises travelers to leave behind DNA samples and draft a will before visiting, a stark warning.